Alright, let's do this quick. I'm running out of light. Person in person, dragon in dragon, and person in dragon. That is by far the dumbest name for an episode title I have ever heard. That is just way too long. I know it's in the episode, but really, you could have picked a better name. But either way, this episode, I kind of liked it. There were some scenes that weren't necessary, but there were also some scenes that I thought were freaking awesome. This is Fairy Tail, by the way. I can't believe I forgot that. But, I mean, by the title episode, you should think, oh yeah, dragons, Fairy Tail, whatever. But either way, you know, this episode mainly consisted of Natsu getting the help of Atlas Flame, the flame dragon. And how we did this, I really did like. You know, he comes in, starts trying to eat Atlas Flame, and it was really funny seeing him just constantly chomping on his head. But then Atlas Flame, you know, stands there thinking like, hey, wait a minute, you know, I've had this feeling before, someone trying to eat me. And it was a memory of Igneel kind of just standing over him, I guess, like, after biting a huge piece out of him. Which is kind of brutal. Like, damn, Igneel was a badass. But either way, you know, he claims like Igneel was the king of all fire dragons. And I started thinking, like, wait, that's a little too specific. Does that mean there's different kings of dragons? Like the king of water dragons, the king of sky dragons, the king of metal dragons? And depending on Zirconis, does that mean there's like a king of nudity dragons? Like a king that can actually take people's clothes off much better than Zirconis can? Because I would love to meet him and actually find out how he became king of the nudity dragons. But either way, Atlas comes up and is like, hey, you know, you're Igneel's son? Well, shit, I'll help you. I didn't like how it says it was our hearts that broke the spell, or, you know, and we're friends now. Like, it would have been more interesting if Atlas Flame said, my loyalty to my king, you know, to Igneel, you know, and now his child, would have been much more powerful. Like, it wasn't just, you know, Natsu is cool, you know, we like each other, and I know. Well, I haven't had enough time to get to know the kid, but he's Igneel's son, so he can't be half bad. You know, it's more my loyalty to Igneel is why I'm helping Natsu. That would have been much more powerful. But either way, you know, the fight with him and Mother Glare is still pretty awesome. Mother Glare does talk, and it's a guy. I'm sure Mother Glare is just a reference to like the fact that he can give birth to metal dragons with its eggs and everything. But you could have called him something different. I mean, why Mother Glare? I mean, you can call him Father Glare, Birthing Glare, something, you know, but Mother Glare. He's not even female. Okay. But either way, the fight between Mother Glare, Atlas Flame, Natsu, and Future Rogue, still pretty cool. It's only there for, like, the first 8-10 minutes of the episode, but it's still fine. Then there's a scene of Lucy reading the journal of Future Lucy. And that's it. It's just she's reading it. She doesn't say what's in it. She just, hey, look, a journal. Done. Like, next scene. Why was that in there? You know. Then it shows a bunch of other scenes of just everyone fighting against the dragons, trying to use different magic. Of course, it's not working, but they're still trying. Good for them, you know. Sting is still trying to hurt the dragon he's fighting, but it doesn't work. You know, it just shows like, you know, Natsu's the only one that's been able to hurt Mother Glare, but that's probably because he ate the flames of Atlas. So maybe it's, while Dragon Slayer magic there is at least is not strong enough, absorbing the power of another dragon will be. So, you know, start eating, guys. Find a dragon you can eat. You know, just start chomping on them. I mean, that'd be awesome. All the Dragon Slayers start chomping on their dragons. That'd be an interesting way to fight back. But then, you know, then it goes back to, you know, a previous scene of Ultear talking with Natsu, and then Natsu revealing who the enemy is, you know, Future Rogue and everything. And Ultear brings up a good question, like, why don't we just kill the present Rogue? And that way the Future Rogue won't happen. You know, there's a bunch of talk of paradoxes, and even if you do, it won't work. Future Rogue is already here. Future Rogue won't allow that to happen, you know, some stuff like that. But it's still a good question. Part of me saying, you know, Rogue hasn't really done anything to impress me enough to like the guy. So I'm saying, go ahead, kill him, you know, save millions of lives. Another part of saying, he hasn't done anything to anger me either. So he doesn't deserve that kind of treatment. So it's kind of, kind of. And it just shows like Rogue and Sting haven't really done anything to give a lasting impression. Maybe if they did something that was actually really noble and just really out there, I'll be like, yeah, don't kill him. He's an interesting character. I want to see more about his life. But instead, you know, they made him drab and kind of made me feel like, should I question whether we should kill him or not? But either way, Old Tyr, you know, ignores Natsu's pleas not to kill him because he hasn't done anything wrong. And it ends with her just standing over, you know, in the, you know, from the shadows, looking at President Rogue being tortured by the fact that his future self is doing all this, and she's thinking, "I'm sorry, Natsu. People are dying. I gotta save everyone. You know, President Rogue has to die." And yeah, she looks pretty scary. So I'm pretty sure she won't kill him. People really don't die in Fairy Tail, especially ones that have been introduced to be decent people like Rogue and Sting. But it's still a good question to bring up. I mean, should we kill Rogue to save millions of lives, or hope that we defeat future Rogue before any of that happens? Either way, it's a very tough question to ask, and I'm surprised this episode brought that up. But either way, this was a good episode. Some useless scenes here and there, some decent scenes, and then some great scenes that actually make me wonder what's going to happen next episode. Either way, you know, good episode. I liked it. I'm Tony Dragon. Bye-bye.